Giving all glory and honor and praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kadash. Double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teaching us 100% truth. Shalom and salutations to the hopefully elect, beginning with 144,000. I'm your brother Magun Shalamar. Real quick video showing you how Nero, you know who that is, is in allegiance with the small hats. Okay? With the small hats, and this shows you that even Esau, you know, America is waking up to this wicked Lord and how he is taking money from the small hats and doing their bidding. And this is just prophecy that's flying off the pages of the scriptures. So it's fair use. This is not for monetary gain, but for educational purpose only. Fair use.
Her husband, Sheldon, was an amazing guy, and he'd come up to the office, and there was nobody more aggressive than Sheldon. I think I spent more time with him and you, because you usually came up together, but he'd call and say, can I come over, please? I say, Sheldon, I'm president of the United States. It doesn't work that way anymore. It's like... maybe tomorrow. How about tomorrow? No, please, just for a little while. And I would, he'd always say 10 minutes. It turned out to be about an hour and a half, right?
So the president of the United States says no. He says, I'm coming, and he comes. So who is really running the country? Sheldon Adelson and now Miriam Adelson. Steph was right. That's the first female president of the United States is Miriam Adelson. DD Geopolitics says, this clip from tonight's White House Hanukkah dinner is wild and deeply revealing. So you want to see it? This is really tough to watch. But here we go.
Miriam Adelson, you want to come up here? Come up here, Miriam. Miriam gave my campaign indirectly, 250 million. She was number one.
Wow. Whoa. Nothing says ring in the Hanukkah like $250 million. Am I right?
Yeah. I like he's telling us who his master is.
Yep. Nothing questionable about that. I mean, it's not like Santa wants to occupy the White House, draining all our resources to support the North Pole.
Don't mention Santa. It's anti-Semitic.
When somebody can give you 250 million, I think that we should give her the opportunity to say hello. And Miriam, make it quick, because 250 million is not what it used to be. Okay? Hello, darling. Come on. Incredible woman with a great husband, a man that loved
Israel. Not America, not the United States.
Well, Mr. President.
First of all, is it just me or does she look like Zsa Zsa Gabor was a regular on Friends? That's what she looks like. If Zsa Zsa Gabor...
I was going to say she looks like one of the assassins from Matrix 2.
Ha!
She looks like, well, can I tell you what she looks like to me? She looks like the first female president of the United States.
Yep. Yep. Well said.
That's true. She is.
Well, Mr. President, when you were in the Israeli parliament and you gave a speech and you saw me from far away, you could, and I...
These small hats, man, when they speak like they are dragon, you know? Like their voice is like a dragon. And what I mean by dragon, I mean like the way they just imagine how a dragon sounds when they talk. That's just how their pitch and their voice, it just screech. It's like a screech to my ears. This is Psalm 64 and verse 8. It says, so they shall make their tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And this is the days of prophecy, man. When all the prophecies coming out, the truth is coming out, being brought up by Great Millstone, the men of Great Millstone, starting from the apostles and elders on down. You know, this truth is coming out of who is the wicked on this earth. We know that to be the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, beginning with the small hats, Amalek. You know, they're the wicked on this earth, and they're the ones who's gonna issue in this new world order. They're the ones who behind that these major banking families. They're behind all the politicians in America pushing that new world order. So this is why it's so important to see that the Lord is allowing us to see, Donald Trump's tongue is falling upon himself because you're seeing these small hats. She's a small hat. Her husband's a small hat. They're giving out millions of dollars to push their agenda, which is that micro C-hip, to take over the world. So it says they shall make their tongue fall upon themselves, and all that see them shall flee away.
Just to hear you. I wanted to hear you alive. And then you said, Miriam Adelson. And I stood for a second, but it was so painful, so I said. Then you screamed, Miriam, stand up. And I wish you would have known, but I stood up and heard all your compliment, and thank you very much.
I saw you back there standing.
Yeah, you saw me.
She stood
Thank
up
you.
bravely.
And now I met Alan Dershowitz, and he said the
Alan
legal
Dershowitz.
thing about it 4 more years. And I said, Alan, I agree with you. So we can do it. Think about it. And
Alan's
I
here
would be-
someplace. Where's Alan?
Alan is here, or he had a flight? Alan is here? Think about it.
Thank you.
Maybe I will be the first one to tell you, or second. Yeah.
She said, think about it. I'll give you another 250. But her husband, Sheldon, was an amazing guy. And he'd come up to the office. And there was nobody more aggressive than Sheldon. I think I spent more time with him and you, because you usually came up together. But he'd call and say, can I come over, please? I say, Sheldon, I'm president of the United States. It doesn't work that way anymore. It's like maybe tomorrow. How about tomorrow? No, please, just for a little while. And I would, he'd always say 10 minutes. It turned out to be about an hour and a half, right?
So the president of the United States says no. He says, I'm coming, and he comes. So who is really running the country? Sheldon Adelson and now Miriam Adelson. Steph was right. That's the first female president of the United States is Miriam Adelson.
Does Trump hate them, and that's why he's saying these things out loud?
And what he did is he fought for Israel. That's all he
That's all he did.
fought for.
Was
He
fight
just
for-
wanted
so they
to
gave me
take care of it.
$250 million for it.
See that? So, you can watch the rest of that, but it's basically, just showing you, the Lord is revealing, that this devil, Esau Edom, why he got to go, It's Jeremiah 49, verse 20 says, therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, that he have taken against Edom, Edom, Esau, so-called white man, and his purposes, that he have purpose against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their inhabitants desolate with them. You see that? So Israel is going to draw America into this war, and is going to make his inhabitants desolate along with them. Israel is going to draw America into this war, into making, that decision to bring out that new world order amongst the world, and draw them into World War III, and they both going to be destroyed. Only difference is Israel is going to be built back up. Why? Because the children of Israel is going to dwell in that place, along with the Heavenly Father Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. All of us, that place is going to be beautiful once it be rebuilt. But America is going to be the lake of fire. It's going to become a desert once that fire burns out. But you see now how this the small hats is leading America along, paying off the politicians, starting with Nero. This is how the Lord feels about Amalek. So this man is taking money from him, as a friend. But this is what the Lord says about Amalek. Amalek shouldn't be your friend if you're a child of God. If you're an Israelite, if you call yourself a Bible Christian, you should know this. It says, and Yahweh said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, For I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Yahweh Nasi. For Moses said, because Yahweh have sworn that Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. You see that? Yahweh hates so-called Esau. That's why he said, Esau have I hated, Jacob have I loved. Vice versa, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. You see? Starting with Amalek. So this movie's just playing out. The end is already been written. You know that this devil is going to be put down. It's going to go into slavery for a hardcore slavery. Hardcore, 2 times worse than what we gotten from him. He's going to catch it. Pure hell. He thought that what he done was notorious against the Israelites, the southern tribe and the northern tribe. But when the Israelites get into power, along with Yahweh Shah Mashiach, beginning with the elect, listen, he ain't seen nothing yet. This is Numbers 24 and 20 said, and when he looked on Amalek, he took up this parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. You see that? His latter end is that he perish forever. He's going to be out of here. So this is why you see when Yahweh Shah said that he saw Satan fall like lightning. And you see why it says that that the devil has fallen from heaven and he's full of wrath, because he know if he has but a short time, because he know this. He know that his end time is that he's going to perish forever. That's why he's called the son of perdition, meaning he's going to be the only nation on this earth. Esau is the only nation on this earth that is not given any mercy, because the other tribes, when they go into slavery after their 1,000 years, they're going to serve hardcore slavery as well with Esau. But after their 1,000 years, they're going to be put back in their own land, and they're going to worship Yahweh Shai. And if they don't, that's what the Israelites there for. We're going to teach them and we're going to correct them. You know, but Esau is going to be taken out. This is Luke chapter 12. Luke chapter 12, start at verse 49. It says, I am come. This is Yahweh Shah speaking. He said, I am come to send fire on the earth. And that's what he's going to do when he returns. When he returns, he's going to be that lion. He's going to return and bring fire through them chariots, man, along with the ICBM missiles to America when the MOTB is already on this earth. Then the World War III is going to kick off after that. These scriptures prophecies going to start rolling off the table. We know World War III is going to take place soon after that, and Yahweh Shah said he's going to come in the middle of that war. And this is what he's speaking of when he coming. He said, I am come to send fire on this earth, and what will I if it be kindled already? He was already, this is why he was walking on the earth. He was already upset. You know what I'm saying? That's why in these damn so-called Christians today, these what they call it, slave Christians, mindset, believe that Yahweh Shah, love everybody and hold hand and all of that nonsense. He was telling you right there, he was on fire. He was kindled already. He was already upset. He wish he could do it then. That's how mad he was to destroy this damn place, man. He said, but I have a baptism to be baptized with. And he knew that baptism that he had to be baptized with is on that cross. He had to sacrifice himself. He had to shed his blood in order for Israel to come back to the Father, man. That's why he did it. So we can enter that second covenant. And we can get them new bodies. Because if he wouldn't have done that, then we wouldn't have been able to be back with the Lord, man. We couldn't be drafted back in. The Israelites, speaking of the Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indian. He said, but I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straightened till it be accomplished? Let's look at that word straighten. But that's straight code right there, what he said. How am I straightened? That's slang to me. Suniko. In Greek, Suniko. It says straighten means to be taken with, throng, straighten, keep in, hold, stop, press, lie sick of, constrained, be in the straight. So he's saying, how can I be straight? How am I straight? Like we be talking slang like, yo, you straight out? Nah, I ain't straight out. You know what I mean? How can he say, how can I be straight until I destroy this place, man? He ain't straight. He's still upset. He can't wait. He said, but I have a baptizing to be baptized with, and how am I straightened till it be accomplished? Till he come back and destroy this damn place, man, and set up his kingdom on earth. And when they do their 1,000 years of slavery, guess what? They're gonna get Obadiah 118, man. And the water Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, hoping I'm one of the elect, you know, I take part of this, man, because he gonna allow us to do it. Obadiah 118 says, and the house of Jacob, southern kingdom, shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph, northern kingdom, a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. You know what a stubble is? Let's look it up. Let's look at stubble. Kosh. It says stubble, a chaff. It says cash, from straw, dry, stubble. It's a dry stubble, dry straw. When you got a hot flame and fire is the same. You see that? The fire and the flame is the same, meaning it's Israelites together. You ain't getting no mercy from either tribe. And you gonna deal with the fire. And you ain't gonna be nothing but dry straw. Esau will nothing be with dry straw. Esau is so-called white man on this earth. Beginning with the Amalek, the small hats. It says, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining in the house of Esau. Read that again. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai has spoken it. Now let's go back to this. Let's go back to Numbers chapter 24, verse 20. Didn't we just read this? It says, and when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations. Right? They're the top chief tribe of Esau. All of them is so-called white men, but they're the chief tribe of Esau. But his latter end shall be that he perish forever. That's Obadiah 118. You see that? So all that is future prophecy, man. So with that, I'm going to say, call halal Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai B'Shem Akar HaKadosh. Double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Hope, pray you was edified. Shalom.